Yo, what's going on, everyone? So we've got the Resident Evil trailer. It's finally here. So we had the teaser a few months back. Feels like forever ago. We've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for this full-length trailer. A trailer that will give us a better insight into the vision that Zach Cregger is going for. So this is it. We're going to watch it. We're going to let it play out. And then we're going to go back and we're going to talk about things I've seen and just see how it all comes together, really. So yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Hey, man, I gotta be 7. Do you know where I can take this? Excuse me, oh my God. Anybody order a kidney or liver or whatever this is? Anybody? It seems like it's kind of important.
Shay, you got time for another run?
No, I'm wrapped up with
It's outside the zone, so it pays double.
I could do that. Sweetheart, I'm sorry, the signal sucks here. Can you hear me?
I'm gonna stay with Katie for a bit, I think.
Michelle, please do not go stay with freaking Katie.
It also hurts my feelings that you don't even care enough to come home and have this conversation.
Seriously, I'm working. This could be some 8-year-old boy's heart or someone's mom's brain. Hello? Hello? There's an emergency here. I was wondering if I could use your phone.
Hi, you've reached Michelle. Leave a message.
Hey, baby, I'm really sorry that we got disconnected earlier. Some things have happened, and I can't get a hold of police. Could you just call me back on this number, please? I love you.
Everything that has happened in this town transpired in a matter of hours. You've got no idea what you've got there in your hands.
Yeah, where was it going again?
Raccoon City General.
Hey, no sweat.
Okay, right. So not really a lot there, to be honest. I was waiting. It's opened the door to what the teaser showed us. It's opened the door to what sort of happens next. So let's start with the first part. So this was really cool. I did like going through the hospital here, and that was really cool. You know, and it sets up like he's a courier for medical parts. What I liked was this as well. Now, this reminds me of Resident Evil 2. Sort of the back seat where Leon's driving, Claire's in the passenger seat after he just saves her in Resident Evil 2. And it's massively pixelated. You can see all the pixels here, but hugely pixelated. Really like that. I was like, straight away I just thought Resident Evil 2 opening, where they're driving towards the town, after Claire's been saved from the bar. Well, in the remake, if you're a remake person, it was the gas station. If you're an OG fan, an OG player, or if you know the OG, it was from the restaurant, the cafe, or whatever you'd like to call it. So that was really nice, really cool back there. Handling medical. There's in Resident Evil. There's always like not always, but there was like in the remake of the first one, you had to handle a chemical which would explode if you just start a generator. You have to be really slow with it. Certain objects you'd have to carry to go. This is your item. This is the key item, sort of thing. So I really like that. That sets that up. This here. Now this is quite interesting because in the previous Resident Evil film, Welcome to Raccoon City, we had a zombie in the road that was hit, and one of the biggest kind of criticisms was that they've hit this zombie or this person in the road. The body's got up, walked into the woods, but still watching him from the woods. Why didn't it attack? So I'm kind of a little bit like, I'm not too sure what's happening here. So he hits her, She wanders off into the woods, so we're getting this whole wandering off scenario again. And he discovers her here, all like essentially all like frozen up. I'm guessing either she's got hit quite hard by the car. So was she already dead? Was she dying? Was she infected? And she was just delirious from the infection. He's hit her. She's wandered off and just died here. So okay, so already I'm a little bit like kind of like okay, I'm not too sure, but that part, that's kind of a concern, and that's what that is. So we carry on, and now I'm assuming his car's wrecked, or he's taken the car here. He's trying to find someone to help, and we've got an interesting layout. We've got a house here, and then we've also got like some sort of like out shed here, massive open fields. And I said in the teaser on my previous video, I was talking how this is like the outskirts of Raccoon City. You've got the Arkleigh Mountains are over there with the woods where the mansion was, and this is like, as you're going back to Raccoon City, you've got obviously your open fields, woods, trails. This is part of it. It's just a house on the outskirts, and you've got this like barn here and things like that. That's really cool. So I like the setup. Obviously we go into the house, we get a bit more this time of the house, which is really nice. We've got, obviously I consider this like as a room in the mansion, and it really reminded me of that with like all the taxidermy. But then thinking about it, police chief Iams in RE2, he was a taxidermist, and he was like, he's a big hunter, and he had all these like things on his walls and stuff. So that's really cool. And then as we go for a bit further forward, we've obviously got a little bit more now. We've got this room here, pictures and that, frames of the family, was the food's turned over, so something's obviously happened quite quickly. They've been attacked, things like that. That's really interesting. As he's going through, he sees the shotgun. He's like, I've got to arm myself, I've got to get this gun. Looking for bullets. Great sequence, searching for ammo. And then this is the money shot. This is one of the money shots. We have the office with the typewriter from the original games. This is how you used to save a game on the original. If you haven't played it, you got the typewriter, old typewriter in a sort of a mod. I mean, obviously set in the, I'm assuming it's set obviously when the games were, the 90s. So we've got this kind of like, we've got the calculator, the binders, the boxes of documents. No computer, just a typewriter. So that's really cool. Very old school. And as you go here, we've got the heavy-filled buckshot, and this is a direct take from Resident Evil. The casing, fantastic. I love that. That's attention to detail. Really like that. Very happy he's found the ammo. I would be as well if I was in this situation. And then we get this. Now this is I saw this and I thought, great sequence, right? Okay, this really, builds up like a tension. He's in the house, the lights are on, and this woman he's just obviously hit with his car, who's apparently died in the woods, is now sprinting across the field to get to him in this house. This is a problem. Now the problem is, okay, I get it, right? Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe he touched the body. Maybe there was something he did, or maybe his car's nearby. Or she's got his scent. I don't know how Zach Cregger is going to kind of treat the zombies in this, or the infected. But for her to go through the woods, and X amount of miles it is from that place to this place, for her to bolt the field to get to the house, I've got to strip away any and all connections to Resident Evil, the game, and treat this as a kind of what it is that this is like she has like legit bolted from that place to get to him based on what? I don't know. It's got to be a scent. It has to be a scent, and it has to be some kind, something has happened between that point and this point for her to in this infected state. And I say infected, I'm not saying zombie, I'm saying infected, because Zach Cregger has made it clear that this is the infection is something he wants to explore in this. He wants to explore how the infection changes things and creates these new the way it can create these creatures, and this is not tight. It's another side of the virus. So I'm saying infected, and I don't understand. This is if you're a Resident Evil fan, this is very kind of like head scratching. But if you strip away all of that and take it as it is, there it is. It's just a woman who's been killed by being hit by a car, has turned into an infected creature and is now spreading after him. Okay, we'll take it. Obviously, then he's panicking, you know, loading the shotgun with the buckshot. She's made it in. She's coming at him. You don't really get a good look at her. She's got some speed. She obviously makes it into the house, I'm assuming, and he takes care of it. Then he obviously I'm assuming he's just come out of the manhole. Here's a manhole on the floor, so he's obviously just came out of the sewers. We did see a sewer shot in the teaser, but we didn't see it here. And this is, I'm assuming, he's getting into the central city, and the zombies start, I say zombies, the infected are falling off the roof and they start hitting the cars and then we get a shot of all the bodies that have fallen down, hit the cars, totally obliterated. So, you know, essentially we've not even seen any Walking Dead, if you like. You know, this is him in the house loading the gun. This is a shot, I believe, that's just after. I'm assuming this is the burning building he was looking at, essentially the two where it was connected in the last previous shot. So here, I've just gone a bit too far. So here, I think he's up here somewhere. He's up around here in this shot. He's there now, and this building here, this door, in the teaser, you see him lock it up or close it, and they're all in there coming for him. That's the next shot, and he's got to make his way across here. So that's, you know, that's what it is. He's looking down. Then we get the shot again of the creature. That is obviously something that's been created by the virus. It's, you know, it's coming out the doorway again. You know, this is a classic shot. You know, he's got a new car here. He's never really sort of, you know. Now, this actor, he's been in a lot of things, but this person here in the windscreen, this is not him driving, this is somebody else. So he's obviously met up with some people here. So he's met up with this new person, and he's met up with this gentleman. Now, I recognise this guy from being in, I'd be honest, comedy films. For me, I think he's probably done more serious roles, but he's definitely a comedy actor, generally. Then he's saying, you don't know what you've got there. So he opens it up to see what's inside. It's green. I'm going to go T-virus. I'm saying here, this is T-virus. He has the T-virus, and he's transporting it to Raccoon City. Why that place would have it, I don't know, but there you go, I guess. So yeah, I reckon he has the T-virus. And then we get this shot. This is the reverse shot. So the teaser had him crawling away from something that was coming out, this sort of, like, I say bathtub-esque looking thing where he's covered in blood. He's on the floor, and something was coming out, and it looked quite technically like, and I think I said it was like some sort of hand, or it was something, but it looks like a child's hand or something. It's got that sort of childish like thing. The blood's very, you know, it's very, I mean, obviously I don't know what, I mean, I'm pretty sure I've got it in 1440p. But like the blood looks very congealed, very heavy. I'm hoping it's not too CGI-ish. Looks some sort of like a hospital, definitely. And he's obviously like, yeah, it's kicking. I don't know if he's like, this could be a prequel shot before he goes across the stairway or the broken bridge, or between the two buildings. I'm thinking this could be a prequel point to that. But that seems like it to me. We're back in the house again. I reckon this is where she comes up the stairs. The shot of that. This is where the bodies drop from the previous shot. So we're kind of going backwards, forwards to create this kind of like weird dynamic. He's still got his item on him. You know, then we get the Resident Evil title card. And it's like, where's this going? Oh, Raccoon City. Piece of cake. Yeah, lovely. All smiles. All smiles. Look at that. He's all happy. Very good. Yeah, there he is. All smiles. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I agree that it shouldn't have been called it. It's a vision of it's a vision. Do you know what's interesting, actually, saying that? That is literally like for like a Veronica's tag. Like, you look at Veronica and you look at this. That seems like it's exactly the same, except for the wording's obviously a bit more frayed on this. That literally reminds me of Veronica. Like, honestly, that is like for like Veronica's title card, you know, for the new one. Well, for the remake. So yeah, I mean it's cool. Yeah, I guess, you know, it's something. It's definitely, for me, this could have been, this is definitely a universe film. It's like a Resident Evil universe film. It's not based on it's based on the games, but it's not the games. It's its own universe. It's its own. This is like, for me, you could have called this Outbreak, a Resident Evil story. I've said this before. Outbreak, a Resident Evil story. That's what it could have been. So not much more you could pull from this trailer. Has it got me more excited for it? Nervous about that first scene with the field bit. Other than that, I'll take it as it is. Seems cool. Definitely going to go and watch it. But I'm not sitting here like, let's go. I watched Zach Cregger's films. I didn't watch them before, so I watched Barbarian and I watched Weapons. You can see it. Like I can see what he's doing. You know, from the teeth, you know, the little bits here and there. But this is definitely for, you know, there's homages to fans with things. You know, but it's not overly done. And it's definitely catered towards a very casual going audience. And I know I'm not saying you didn't like the Paul W. Anderson films, but I know that there was something said about not liking them, or wasn't too fond of them or something like that. But you've got to look back and say, well, you know, it's the same vein. We're doing the same thing again. We're not creating a Resident Evil film. We're creating it on we're taking from the universe, the world, and we're creating our own story in that world, which is fine because it's been done before with all these other games and spin-offs. Great, but we've got to recognise this for what it is. It's a spin-off. It's a Resident Evil spin-off film set in that time frame, that universe, but just another part of Raccoon City with this guy, this Courier, doing his own thing and get his own mission done. And yeah, that's basically how I see it, I think. But yeah, I you know, that's my breakdown, that's my thoughts on it. And yeah, maybe there'll be another trailer that'll show a little bit more. But I think, well, I don't think you can show much more of this without spoiling pretty much the whole film, because you know there's a lot of meat, you know, to be added to this bone. Because at the moment it's very slim pickings of what we've got, but same stuff we've seen before, but from a different angle and a little bit more context. You know, and we're pretty much guaranteed that he's got the T virus on him. Green is T, purple is G. So we're pretty much guaranteed he's got the T, and we're going to get some abominations, you know, and, you know, it's going to be crazy, wacky stuff. And, you know, we've got the sewer section, we've got all of that. And then we've got, you know, how does his story end? You know, does he die in Raccoon City? Which, you know, watching Weapons and Barbarian, they weren't happy endings. They were pretty, you know, generally quite bad endings. Not as in bad film endings, but you know, it wasn't a good ending. If we're talking game terms, it wasn't a good ending. It was a bad ending. So I'm expecting bad to happen in this, which is fine. I'm cool with that. But there you go. That's it. That's my thoughts. I appreciate you watching. Appreciate you listening, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Leave all your thoughts and feelings on it, and I'll you know, see if we agree or don't agree. But yeah, I appreciate it. Take care.